On this week's episode of Lanigan's Laboratory.
You can't see me. I'm camouflaged.
Lanigan's Laboratory, yeah! Science roars in the air. Lanigan's Laboratory, yeah! Step inside if you dare.
Welcome to another week of Lanigan's Laboratory, where this week we took a deep dive into animal and plant structures and their functions. We learned about the 5 most common parts of a plant. We discussed several different adaptations, and we learned how paleontologists use teeth to tell if an animal is an herbivore, carnivore, or omnivore. On day 1, we played a game where you all made lists of as many structures as you could think of. Not those kind of structures.
Mr. Lanigan?
We talked about how animals' eyes help them see and protect themselves from predators or help them to hunt. We talked about how animal claws can help them run, climb, catch prey, and dig holes. We talked about how hearts are important to pump blood all throughout our bodies, and mammals that have lungs that help them breathe. But fish have gills that help them breathe. We learned that many animals have different kinds of structures. Some animals have structures other animals don't have. And there are several animals that have the same structures but use them in different ways. On day 2, we learned all about the different parts of the plant. We learned how the roots absorb water and minerals and they hold the plant to the ground. The root takes those water and minerals and brings it up to the stem. And the stem, while it's supporting the plant, carries that water and minerals to all the different parts of the plant. We learned about how the leaf takes that water and the minerals and how it takes light and it takes carbon dioxide from the air and mixes all that together to make food for the plant called glucose. We learned about how the fruit protects the seed and about how flowers help with reproduction. On day 3, we sat and had discussions about all these different types of adaptations. And we learned about how animals mimic one another.
Is that a mockingbird?
How they use camouflage to hide from the predators or to sneak up on prey. I'm camouflaged. How they can use claws for so many different things. About how they use claws for climbing, for hunting, for defending themselves, for digging holes. There were so many different uses for claws. We talk about how animals use different sounds, and sometimes they mix sounds with mimicking. They can mimic the sounds of other animals.
Look at me, I'm mimicking Miss Valentine.
We talked about how horns and antlers are used by animals to defend themselves or to fight for a mate or to fight for territory.
Dude, this is my territory.
No way, man, this is my territory.
Maybe we just talk about this over some coffee. What do you think?
Okay, let's go. We talked about how animals use odor. And how they use poison. If they have poison in their skin or inside their bodies, and animals are afraid to eat them because they're poisonous. Don't eat me, I'm poisonous! On the 4th day, we learned about animals' teeth and how scientists can use the teeth to decide if an animal is a carnivore, an herbivore, or an omnivore. And we got to examine real skulls. Hi, I'm a skull. We looked at these teeth and we saw how some of them are real sharp. Those sharp ones help to shred apart meat, but that these flatter, wider teeth were used for grinding plants, leaves. So the ones that had both, like this particular skull, would have been an omnivore. It would have eaten both plants and animals. But we saw how this jawbone has only the sharp teeth. There are none of those flat teeth anywhere on there. This one would have been a carnivore. And we watched how this guy, even though he's got those sharp buck teeth up here in the front, we talked about how that would not be very helpful for grinding meat, but it would be helpful for maybe opening walnuts or peanuts to get to the nut inside. But when you look underneath, now a lot of his teeth are missing. The teeth that you can see are very small and flat, and those teeth would have been good for grinding plants. He doesn't have any meat shredding teeth anywhere there in his mouth, so this guy would have been an herbivore. I hope you all had a wonderful time this week at Lanigan's Laboratory. And next week when you guys come see me, we're going to start talking about force and motion. And why do some things move even though they don't touch each other? So I can't wait to talk to you guys about that next week. Have a wonderful week at your regular specials, and I will see you next time here at
Lanigan's Laboratory!